Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm back with a brand new video, and today we're going to be taking a look at the WWE Legend Series 20 Triple H figure. Triple H, need I say more? The game, the cerebral assassin, he's the man, one of the defining stars in WWE history. And this figure is from his late 90s, 1999 specifically, his 1999 likeness. And as we look at the back of the box, we see the description. A year after Triple H turned to his brothers in, matter of fact, we turn this way. A year after Triple H turned to his brothers to form the Generation X, he turned on them and set his sights on the WWE Championship. He sold his soul to the corporation, and the WWE Universe had two familiar words for Triple H. In the end, it didn't matter. Triple H won his first of 14 World Championships in 1999, proving why he is the game, because he is that good. And as we see the other wrestlers in this series, we have Don Manta DiBiase, which I have that figure. Mr. Perfect, I have that figure. And Greg the Hammer Valentine, which I just did not care about enough to get him, being that I already have another Greg Valentine's figure, Legends figure, which is far better than this one. So one figure away from completing this series, but I am probably never going to get that Greg Valentine. Just don't need it. A lot of birds chirping, if you cannot hear. This is late evening here. As you can see, it's getting a little dim outside. So just got in from work not too long ago. Quite a day, especially this morning. This morning, I didn't know if I would be able to make it at work. I was feeling a little under the weather, stomach-wise, but thanks to Pepto-Bismol, I got myself together. But, yeah. So, of course, the standard Legend series, you see Triple H, on the side, the, kind of airbrush image. And again, just such a huge fan of the Legend series. This was actually, I believe, the last or next to the last series before they're in the new box down now. So now they are in the very kind of more narrow boxes. And I like those boxes too, but this is what I was really, raised on with the Legend series figures over the last few years. So I really just like this style. But we're going to get into this figure. And of course, this is Triple H from, 1999. So Triple H was on the ascent of being, the main eventer that he would become for the next decade plus, as far as him being a full-time star. And Triple H was just a very interesting career trajectory. Triple H is a guy who I always say people tend to oversimplify his accolades. A lot of people fall into that category that if he wouldn't have accomplished none of his success or none of the success he had unless he was married to Stephanie. And while that may be true to a point, Triple H, with his ring work, his intensity, his promo skills, his overall package in the late 90s especially, and then going forward through the 2000s to the early 2010s, he would have been a star and a top guy in any era if he was given a fair chance. Triple H, while it's true he did get probably more chances than a lot of guys to continually be a top guy, he nailed it out the park more times than he didn't. And when you look back at Triple H's career from, him coming into WWE as the French aristocrat to, the first phase of Generation X, him and Shawn Michaels, then even before that, him and China really becoming quite the interesting wrestler manager combination. And then DX, and then branching out as a singles, and well, he was really always a singles, but really branching out from the DX umbrella in 99 to become the top heel, and then going to the year 2000 where he and Rock literally carried the company for the entire year without Steve Austin, and then 2001 and him having another great legendary awesome year as a top heel before he got injured, then coming back from the injury, and then winning the Royal Rumble, and just that insane Madison Square Garden pop, and everything since then. And then you look at Triple H even after the Attitude Era, his feuds, putting guys like Randy Orton on the map, Cena on the map, Batista on the map, heck, even Chris Benoit. I mean, he lost to Chris Benoit. He was the one, a lot of people forget, he was the one that tapped in that awesome triple threat match at WrestleMania 20. And again, Triple H has, interesting reputation, a lot of the reputation deserved, but even just over time, and even what he has morphed into today, which is really being the heart and soul of this renaissance period of WWE, when you just factor all of Triple H's accolades and his achievements, just from in the ring to management, he's one of the most pivotal characters in the history of WWE. Without Triple H, a lot of the WWE that we know of today and that we love today would not be what it is. And I say the WWE that we love because these last 2 years of great WWE, consistent WWE storylines and things making sense, and the Cody Rhodes chase, and just what we're seeing with the bloodline, what we're seeing on Raw and SmackDown on a weekly basis, just the cohesion of really being just great overall television that we've seen really since for all of 2023 and even up till now. A lot of that is Triple H's influence. His fingerprints are all over this stuff. He is a fan of long-term booking. He's a fan of telling stories within the matches. He is a fan of making things make sense. And of course, he doesn't hit it out of the park every time. No wrestling promoter in history ever has hit it out of the park every time. But Triple H has been doing a far better job, and the WWE is in far better hands creatively, and even from, I think, an overall health standpoint with him at the helm than with his father-in-law, Vince McMahon. But that's too much history. Let's get to the figure. Usually I say the history kind of towards the end of the video, but I did it reversed. So we're just gonna have some little ties around the fist, surprisingly. That's weird, considering that it's just a standard. Okay. Let's see if we can. Okay, gotta break loose, Trips. All right. So here we go. Triple H in his 1999 glory, and at this point, Triple H was definitely top heel in the company, battling likes of The Rock, Steve Austin, others. Let's see, we have the Triple H blood, as I call it, I guess the Triple H blood initial shirt. Got the big H in the middle, the two H's on the side. This was around the time he was first starting to be called Triple H. He was, of course, called Hunter S. Helmsley for a long time as in his first run as a heel. Then when he became a babyface, a little more edgier, Triple H was the name. Triple H was much cooler, and we see the standard Triple H. I don't even think, just Triple H with the Triple H, HHH tights, popular around that time frame. The head scan looks great. Got the long hair, knee pads, and this is actually probably the coolest thing part of this. We also have a spray can, which I'm not sure why that's there. I think the sledgehammer would have been better. I don't remember Triple H using a spray paint can that often as but then we have the mesh shirt, and let's see if we can oh, it came out rather easily. Yeah, so we see Triple H in his very cool, good physique. And let's put the mesh shirt over. And let's see how it looks with that. A little tougher going over than I thought it would. So that's a hair. Okay, that's difficult. Let's pull the hair up. Okay, I think that's kind of maybe explains why. Okay. Not really a fan of this. Triple H, wore this mesh shirt every so often, and maybe just blame it on the 90s. I never really thought it looked good. And he would wear that beret a lot of times too. So Triple H had some unique fashion choices back then. But hey, all things are standing. He's still one of the all-time greats. And again, Triple H he's earned his reputation as being an all-time great, and that's really the best thing I can say about any wrestler. So that is it. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed the little overly long history lesson, but I'll always like to educate you guys when I do these videos. These aren't just figure reviews. These are snapshots of wrestling history. So whatever, whatever knowledge I can give you into the lives of these wrestlers, then hey, that's what this channel is all about. So hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you again for liking, commenting, subscribing. I appreciate you guys for just taking the time out of your busy schedule to watch my videos. I definitely thank you for the love. And I think according to my YouTube channel, this is video 200, which seems crazy. because I started doing these videos actually like over a decade ago. Actually, I think my first video may have been around 2012, I believe. And that was way before the JD collectible, days. But I've just been, just build up through there. And so just to see the evolution from there to here, it's interesting. But yeah, I believe this will be my 200th video. And of course, that includes shorts as well. So again, just thank you for supporting. And we're going to go to 200 more, hopefully. But take care, and I will talk to you again after a while.